That was very good beats up in here. Terrific. Sunday up in Adelaide. Kicking it. Big baby, what's up? Listen to it there. Listen to the intro there. Nobody's up on this yet. So what I'll do, I'll start off where I was going. Had the stream from Zaya earlier, which was dope. Just wait for a few chats to come through. But we'll watch this video about the medicinal situation in Australia.
I'm not starting it. Okay. Hey, I'm Christy from Plant Magic and Craze Collective. In one of our recent videos, we showed you how far medicinal cannabis has come here in Australia. Today, I'll be answering some of the most common questions people still have. Now, medicinal cannabis is available to all Australians who can afford the associated fees, with 92% of cannabis arrests targeting the consumer over the supplier.
Huge point there. Great point as she pulls out.
Since our last video, the costs associated with prescriptions have changed. This chart shows some of the available medications and their price points over recent months. We'll be looking at price points from March 2020, November 2020, and March 2021. So as you can see through this chart, medicinal cannabis is available in different products, such as flower, sprays, lozenges, capsules, and oils. Prices have been dropping. Looking at T20 flower through Cannatrack, March 2020, it was $225. November, it was down to $150. A drop of $7.50 per gram over an 8-month period. The cost of medication itself is not the only thing to come down in price. With more cannabis clinics entering the market, application fees have also seen a reduction. A quick search reveals charts such as this one by Honolulu, providing an easy price comparison option. Although we have seen a reduction in costs, the average spend for a patient is still unattainable for those who need it most. In our previous video, we documented the struggle you may face when speaking with old-fashioned GPs. A lot of cannabis clinics are now offering internal referral options to avoid this added stress. So today we'll be reviewing Aussie grown Rocky, which is a 30% THC, less than 1% CBD indica flower. ANTG Rocky is a fairly new product and one of the higher THC strains on the market. Most prescriptions are fulfilled by registered post. This order was sent to New South Wales from a Terry White chemist in Victoria. All right, so let's see what we have here. Understanding medicinal cannabis, a guide to starting your medicinal cannabis treatment. This information booklet is for patients prescribed medicinal cannabis. Our products here. Okay, so we have 10 grams of cannabis dried flower. So as mentioned before, 30% THC and under 0.1% CBD. Also an oil solution. So this is from Tilray, which is 25 mg THC, 25 mg CBD, which is an oil solution. It's 40 milligrams and its carrier oil is MCT coconut oil.
This shit is fucking top.
So this
CBD oil,
medication was
very, very
purchased
beneficial.
in January 2021. The cost for the ANTG Rocky was $250 for 10 grams. And for the Tilray THC CBD oral oil, it was $208 for 40 mils. So with direction here, it says to use 0.1 grams 3 times a day as directed by your doctor. And this is for the ANTG Rocky Indica flower. For the oil, it's suggested to use 0.25 mils twice a day as directed by your doctor. And that's for the THC and CBD oil.
So just say just a little stop there. Just for my particular first script, I got you said 0.1 for the flower as needed. I think I've got 0.25 as needed of the flower through a TGA approved vape. That's the recommended way. Whereas I took the sticker off this one. This was something like 0.125. They said they're little sheet there 4 times a day to start with the oil to get your body used to it. I've actually been doing kind of heavier doses, and then when I the second or third day, I really could feel the effect, and it was really well rested through my body. It was just a heaps full day. I could really feel it. There we go. She's going to have a look at the flower now. Nice peace to everybody sticking around, coming through. The link's in the top if you want to come up. Easy chat. Just chilling.
A lot of dust on the top. That smells really lemonish. All right, we'll pull out some buds so we can pull them out, have a look on the inside. So you can see all the trichomes.
Hey, Ricky, what's up, bud?
A lot more.
Thanks for coming through. So cool to see Americans and overseas people coming through. Stoked.
You can see the trichomes as well.
Keep at it. Definitely no link. Keep going. So yeah, she's growing the flower. It's great.
It's
Nice.
very dry.
Hopefully you can hear it. It's very dry. It's just
It's a bit hard to break apart.
nice size, nice dense. It is dope flower, but I'm looking forward to having the variant.
But it's got a lot of
Which
trichomes.
what Trying Topaz, and then Med can't stop in the next couple of weeks.
So for first impression,
Ooh,
it
damn, that
smells
looks good. Eh?
quite lemony. You can see the trichomes on the actual
Very happy with
flower
the initial program. I wouldn't be ranting about it so much if I didn't think
There's
it was
not as many hairs
worthwhile.
as normal, which is normally a
Yeah.
concern as well, from my understanding.
So, Brendan. So, Bubble.
So it seems to be a lot of small buds rather than a lot of bigger buds. There's not a lot of stems from what I can see here. And there is a lot of trichomes on these flowers, so you can see it from quite a distance.
Oh, it's terrible.
You can see the trichomes falling off as I'm breaking it apart.
It's terrible to hear
along
that.
with it being all on my gloves.
I'll have a look at that after then to bring it up.
But there is a lot of trichomes on the inside.
Yum,
as
look
well.
at that weed. Sugar leaves, they've definitely cut off all of the sugar leaves that could come down. They might have had a few complaints.
Looking at the bud, you can see that it's still got quite a bit of sugar leaves.
Oh, there you go.
Which is just these things here that could be trimmed a little bit better, but it's packed full of trichomes. So even with the sugar leaves, it's covered in trichomes. It's fine. You can see all the trichomes there, along with it on my gloves and falling off. This is very good quality.
That's right. It's no laughing matter, my dear. Very good quality
But there is
flower
a lot
indeed.
more little buds than there are larger buds. So the two buds that I've pulled apart are the only two buds that are quite big in there.
All that sunshine we're getting good sunshine at the moment. Cheers,
yeah,
cheers
lots
up,
of
cheers up to everybody.
A lot more trichomes, obviously, on the inside. You can see the trichomes falling off it, or something. Like it's quite powdery for it being so solid.
It's chronic as F, man. She wasn't even expecting that. They put her there to do the review reaction. She was quite surprised to see the flower. Just her. Whoop, nice little look there. So what I'll do, as Ricky just pointed out, definitely got some huge line expansion. No expansion. Push down. Go here. Here we go. Oh my goodness. I'll have a little look at all these things. It's pretty sad here. Natural disasters, but part of life, I guess. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. We're part of nature. You know what I mean? Nature is nature, man. So we gotta love it for whatever it is. Multiple states. Oh no, here we go. 36 toilets. Let's just hear what they gotta say.
She takes a picture, and in that picture is this ET. He puts the camera over in that direction.
From the air, you can see clearly the city of Mayfield in western Kentucky is devastated. Storm chaser Brandon Clement raced here.
When I'm looking at the trees and everything is just completely sawed off, buildings are completely flattened, cars have been picked up and thrown, you know right away you're dealing with a violent tornado.
The storm hit after dark Friday, leveling everything in its path. About 110 people were working overtime as production stepped up for the holidays at one of Mayfield's largest employers, a local candle factory, when the roof caved in on them.
They actually recovered some bodies from the woods and were pulling them out. And that's just, it's gut-wrenching to see.
Homes caught fire, trucks and cars were flipped.
It ripped it off.
Some even ripped to shreds. Planes at the local airport will never fly again.
If you had to describe what's happened to your town to people that don't live here, what would you say?
It's gone.
Across Kentucky, more destruction from a train derailment in Hopkins County to destroyed homes and businesses in Bowling Green and roofs ripped off homes in Danville.
This event is the worst, most devastating, most deadly tornado event in Kentucky's history. I believe that by the end of today or tomorrow, we will be north of at least 70 lives lost here in Kentucky. I think we will have lost more than 100 people, and I think it could rise significantly in those numbers.
Kentucky's governor calling for those in his state who can to give blood to help.
We are ground zero, and I know this community is hit. It's been hit really hard. It's going to be a tough night for a lot of people in Kentucky.
The scope of what will become clear. He has 36 tornadoes causing destruction across 6 states. In Arkansas, a nursing home with 65 residents completely destroyed. At least 1 resident died.
It just cut off my heart for a second, knowing that the place, a lot of residents in it are not physically able and capable of taking care of themselves.
Deadly twister in Defiance, Missouri.
Major structural damage to the Amazon warehouse. This is going to be a major incident.
In Illinois, fatalities at an Amazon warehouse and more damage across Mississippi and Tennessee. An older woman in Kingston Springs, Tennessee, was pinned underneath a mobile home, the waist down, until firefighters pulled her free. Tonight, she's in critical condition. President Biden approving a federal disaster declaration for Kentucky, asking FEMA and other federal agencies to move in quickly.
The federal government will do everything it can possibly do to help.
Kathy Park is at that candle factory here in Mayfield where the heartbreaking search for survivors is still underway. Let's go to her now. Kathy.
Kate, late today, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear said 40 people were rescued from the candle factory. Tonight, he can only hope more lives will be saved.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.
Devastating, just to see also, like, as I said, the physical able-bodied people underneath that. It's like we could have some people in the prime physical condition and, no match to nature.
Australia's been approaching weight loss the wrong way for decades. Pilots.
I'm just saying that the strength and just the awe of nature compared to us, we should be so respectful of it. Kind of. Yeah, it's like, what's another one here? Same thing. It's going to 100 now. Really good.
That breaking news, deadly tornadoes strike in the U.S. More than 100 people are feared dead after tornadoes and severe weather caused catastrophic damage. At least 22 reported tornadoes ripped across 6 states, tearing through a candle factory in Kentucky, an Amazon warehouse in Illinois, and a nursing home in Arkansas. The death toll is climbing. The scramble to find survivors in rubble is ongoing. Debris from destroyed buildings and shredded trees covers the ground in Mayfield, a city of about 10,000 in western Kentucky.
Oh, I have a look, Ricky. I'm not sure how
down power lines and wrecked vehicles line the streets of what is now barely recognizable as a town. President Biden spoke to the governors of those impacted states, telling them to call him directly for any federal support. ABC's Rena Roy reports from Mayfield, Kentucky, with the breaking details.
A string of powerful storms and tornadoes leaving a path of destruction across parts of the Midwest and the South.
Last night I thought it was as bad as it could possibly be, but you come back in the daylight and it's even worse than you thought the night before.
Kentucky, one of the hardest hit states, the governor declaring a state of emergency.
This has been the most devastating tornado event in our state's history. The level of devastation is unlike anything I have ever seen. Sadly, far too many homes that people were likely in, entirely devastated.
The town of Mayfield nearly leveled.
Today we're going to focus on those who have lost so much. And that's where our hearts are, with them who have lost the people they love and the property and the way they make a living.
The courthouse clock tower collapsed, businesses left in ruins.
Now we clean and we get a game plan on how to open back up and start serving our community.
Further east, dozens of homes in Bowling Green damaged or destroyed. And in Arlington, Kentucky, a tornado caused this freight train derailment. There were no reports of injuries or fatalities. In Edwardsville, Illinois, officials confirm at least 2 fatalities and multiple injuries after storms caused this roof to collapse at an Amazon distribution center. This nursing home in Arkansas also hit by a tornado. First responders rescuing at least 20 people trapped inside. At least 1 person was killed, 5 others injured. The president speaking to the nation this afternoon.
It's a tragedy, and we still don't know how many lives lost or the full extent of the damage. But I want to emphasize what I told all the governors. The federal government will do everything it can possibly do to help.
What's up?
Is it possible to grow my hair back once it's gone? Absolutely you can. There is no need to worry anymore about receding hairlines or thinning crowns. All types of hair loss can be cured. I'm a 38-year-old with male pattern baldness. I've been suffering from hair loss since my 20s and spent plenty of hard-earned money on minoxidil, finasteride, and biotin products. Well, none of them work, not really. Those risky medications cause me constant headaches.
I'll go to...
Wow! What a tornado!
Tornadoes are unpredictable.
Back the f*** off!
Just looking for the kind of latest weather in anything going on. Just so we've got a little bit of something going on then. Southeast Queensland.
2 people dead in just 2 days.
Yeah,
The past
that's
24
really
hours
sad
have been
too.
a grim reminder of just how destructive and deadly flash flooding can be. As we go to air, the storm threat is moving, leaving a trail of damage across the state.
Descending into murky waters, police divers pulling a 44-year-old woman from the wreckage of this sunken sedan. Trapped inside, drowning, dragged 200 metres downstream. She died in the passenger seat, her 52-year-old partner somehow making it out alive.
I think it's more of a shock thing, eh? You know, you don't really wake up every day and expect to see someone getting pulled from a car after a flood, so it's quite devastating.
Connor Skur lives right on the banks of Cabbage Creek and was one of the first to spot the car.
Pretty confronting.
An exhaustive search spanning hours to find the missing woman.
Just constantly up and down, torches, lights, everything to maybe, I don't know, keep an eye out for a body.
It was here at this Hungry Jack's drive-through the couple ran into trouble. 9 News understands they watched a 4-wheel drive cross floodwaters here, thinking they could do the same. Instead, a torrent sweeping them into this creek.
Well, can't get out of the drive-through.
This video shows just how fast the water was raging, taken moments before the couple drove straight into a death trap.
I got through. But I don't think these people.
Minutes after,
the car went down there, all the way back.
It's hard. It is really hard.
4 people dead in floodwaters in a matter of weeks. Police are reeling.
We also have to go and knock on the doors of loved ones next to kin. 2-3 o'clock in the morning, 2 police officers with their hats in their hands at your door. You know straight away what it's going to be.
A stern reality that needs to be taken seriously, especially when you consider the last 24 hours. In Deception Bay, homes, paddocks, roads underwater, animals stranded, and so too cars. Fred Sting practically has a river running through his house.
It'll go another 500 or 600 higher than that yet.
You reckon?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Mother Nature delivering in every way possible. Flashes of lightning lining up backyards from Burpengary to the Sunshine Coast and Brisbane's Bayside. Power lines fell, a ceiling on the Gold Coast caved in.
That's what I'm up to.
At Greenbank, homes turned to jungle gyms.
There was some loud thunder and some that shook the windows, but surprisingly we didn't hear this.
Kate Harborne may not have but in daylight can most definitely see the damage.
It's fallen perfectly between the fence posts.
Across the border in New South Wales, the Central Coast is copping it too.
We have a very moist, unstable air mass still in place over these regions.
Annie Puller, 9 News.
Let's cross to Tracy Atkins now. Tracy, there has been sun around this afternoon.
There certainly has, Melissa. I want to take you straight to these images that were shot on Bribie Island just an hour ago. The residents there copping a dangerous barrage of giant hailstones, pummeling homes and pools. It comes as the state has been battered by back-to-back severe storms with more wild weather on the way for parts of the state. As we go to air, gale force wind warnings and damaging hail is on the cards for the wide band central regions. Coming up a little later in the bulletin, I will have all the details on exactly where across the state is on storm watch tonight. Melissa?
Talk to you then, Tracy. Thank you.
Well, that's intense, bro. All over the place. I think it's probably the one thing that's coming to mind. It's like so hot here at the moment. Really, really, really hot. The sun's been out for 2 days. So I just thought I'd put the message out there, bro. Like people, if you're in the hot conditions, just stay hydrated. Gotta keep drinking, keep the fluids up, cold fluids. Should be getting them in because you're sweating them out, heaps. That's stuff you need it. So, people are welcome up. Haven't really, come up, chat, chill the session. If there's anything, topics you want to have a look up, check out, let me know. I'll put them up for sure. I've got 6 people in the easy. Thanks for chilling out. See what the chat's going. Fish, Ricky, Brendan, Googly. Peace, brothers. So we got you guys having a bit of a conversation. Yeah. I don't know what else. I've got some more people coming through. The link's in the top if you want to come. Should be pinned up at the top. Oh, maybe it isn't. No, it should be in there. Yeah, I will just think what else we go see what else just come up. Okay, go for a bit of ACA. This is the kind of, what do they call it? Tabloid journalism, maybe. Shock tactics in Australia.
Usually, if you live out of town, you're the type of person who likes a little peace and quiet. But these residents say life's been anything but tranquil after their street was turned into a makeshift rubbish dump.
Stinking, rotting piles of rubbish.
Peace and quiet.
Now the dumpers have done. What of
The interview station in Austral on Sydney's western outskirts.
Where does this rubbish come from? What suburbs?
everywhere.
Liz and Jeff Dobe have lived at 9th Avenue for the last 25 years.
Oh, Miss Maggie?
Yes, Maggie, the resident magpie.
They say things took a turn for the worse on the once quiet semi-rural street when a makeshift dump popped up without warning.
We've seen rubbish going in, and it's quite dramatic what's going in there.
The bins have got a chain on the side of them and they go bang, bang, bang all the way down when they're going into the place.
Every day they watch the skip bins coming and going in truckloads of waste. Right past where he says the road has been damaged by the constant traffic.
It's been a family home for my wife and myself for 20-something years. We've enjoyed it. It's a freedom. It's the environment.
He says despite a complaint to the Environmental Protection Authority, it's only getting worse.
Trucks come in full of rubbish, approximately 6 days a week, going out empty. So obviously some smells come in. some burnt smells. It's quite frustrating.
From the air, the full extent of this ad hoc dump can clearly seen. The site peppered with overflowing skip bins.
I have definitely seen fire where they're burning something off, really thick smoke going up into the air.
A current affair of the operators this week.
Could we just ask you what's going on here?
We do like waste transfer.
Right. And are you allowed to do it on this property?
That we don't know.
Tan Nguyen introduced
Oh,
himself
my
as the
goodness.
manager of
That
the
wasn't
operation.
it.
Right. Can
He
you see
knows
that
waste
this could
transfer.
be quite a disturbance for the nearby properties and the people that live here?
I don't think it's nearby. It'd be more than 100 meters away, you know, not very close to each other.
Mr. Nguyen says the site is only used to process rubbish before it's transported elsewhere.
And
Similar.
you're sure that's not asbestos?
Yeah, because this is paper.
Oh, maybe don't break it.
No,
Yeah.
I mean paper. We have no 100%.
Right. But I mean, asbestos could be in there.
No,
You're positive?
because every bin we check.
This is all a flood zone out here. So if something floods, a lot of material gets flooded around.
And the residents say they've seen smoke coming up and burning.
Yeah, that's sometimes the winter cold. We burn some. We keep our warm.
Of the rubbish?
Yeah, no, from the timber.
In an incident
What
unrelated
the
to this
fuck?
dump, these
Air
piles of
conditioning.
dirt were dumped on another neighbour's property back in 2019. The EPA investigated but said it didn't have enough evidence to lead to a prosecution.
The dirt is still up there dumped on the next block. It's still there to this day.
This entire area is set to be redeveloped under the state government's plan to introduce more than 17,000 homes as part of the Austral and Leppington North Precinct Plan. This very lot is zoned as public recreation space and under current plans is likely to be transformed into a public park after private owners vacate. Locals are worried about what might be left behind in the soil.
Sooner or later, there's going to be a young family or somebody living there where that material is buried.
Any idea how much rubbish gets processed here?
Maybe 20 cubic a day.
That's quite a lot, isn't it?
No, that's nothing.
No?
If this one approval by the council, maybe I can do like 50 ton a day.
A current affair spoke to the owner of BinPro, which operates the skip bins. He declined to comment.
What is the permit you need to operate from council?
The permit is basically no one complain. Doesn't matter what you do.
Just in case you missed that,
What is the permit you need to operate from council?
The permit is basically no one complain. Doesn't matter what you do.
the EPA and Liverpool Council are now investigating after recently receiving a complaint. The EPA says a corporation unlawfully transporting or depositing waste can be fined up to $2 million and an individual up to $500,000.
Down the end of the street.
The residents of 9th Avenue are all expecting to leave in the next 18 months to make way for the new developments, but are disappointed their final months here will be soured by one stinking mess.
We just want to do the right thing by everybody in the neighbourhood. Just live an honest, clean life.
Yeah, a $2 million fine would send a message, wouldn't it? And the Environmental Protection Authority says it will inspect the site. Will stay on the case.
How do you, mate?
How
How are you? So I'll drop in and say good day. That's so loud. G'day, chat. How is everybody? I think I got crappy internet today, so forgive me if I'm cutting in and out. How's your day going, bro?
Yeah, good, bro. Thanks for asking. It's fucking very, very hot. Just trying to.
Very
feel
hot,
out.
did you say?
Too cold. Yeah, it's heaps hot. Sun is out big time. Oh, we've got Zay in the background. Bring him up too. Zay Aussie, Wally the Fish.
G'day, lads.
Everybody,
G'day.
check out the
G'day,
YouTube
mate.
channel.
G'day, mate. How are you?
Oh shit. What up?
Background
Mike's
going?
still there?
Yeah, it's all right.
All good?
Yeah, yeah, good now.
How are you,
Should have a little bit of stain on my shop. Yeah, good mate. Yourself?
Yeah, good. Thanks, buddy. Cheers.
Bit of stain on the shirt.
I like watching that stuff you put up before Fairgrow. I'm still reading a lot about all that. So interesting.
What's that one? On the
Well, the medical stuff, yeah.
No, Brendan. Cheers, bro.
G'day,
Google.
Brendan. G'day, Google.
Ricky. Everyone's internet crappy.
Everyone's internet crappy in the States. No, well, Ricky, apparently us Australia have got the worst internet in the world. I've been told by multiple sources, but I
the
don't
bandwidth
personally know
and
myself.
capability.
Yeah,
It's
I'm not
limited.
sure. I don't know what I'm talking about. I've just been told that, so you know.
Typical.
Yeah,
I don't.
Australia.
Say what?
typical, yeah.
Oh
Good to
yeah.
see you
cheers.
live, Trigger.
Yeah. I got this little new setup. I was at Coles yesterday and they had like, I don't know why, well, kind of impulse thing. At the Coles I got, there's always these like random items, like for sale and shit from all sorts of different things. And like, they have these like little webcams set up things. Kind of like on
yeah.
microphone here.
Yeah, okay.
There's a little light thing where you put your phone and you can fucking do whatsoever. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're all about $20, $30.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's
I know,
half
yeah,
the half the reason why I don't like going to shopping centres. Well, I can't at the moment, but yeah, I don't like.
You do the impulse.
Well, people call it retail therapy. I call it retail teasing. You know, you
Yeah.
walk past shit and you just want to buy everything, and then you got a house full of shit. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I do kind of want interested in getting is like a macro lens, though. You know how they take really good photos of the flowers?
Oh right, yep.
Yeah, it's just you can.
I'm a tight ass man. Being a single dad, I'm sort of, someone nicknamed me once Mr. No Retail because I shop all online because I can't afford to walk into a shop and pay $60 when I can get it on the internet on eBay and shit for 20.
Yeah,
you know,
that's right.
you know, and like I
had a
like
look
the
at these
retail
lenses.
the retail industry have got no one to blame but themselves. They brought the internet shopping in. They thought it was a good thing and it's bit them in the ass a bit, but you know, like fair's fair. If I was in a different situation, well, then things might be different. But you know, we're all got to watch our pennies, you know. So that's why I do it.
True.
But you know, like I do the right thing with all my mechanics and shit. I stick to the local shops, keep the money in your local area, support your local businesses. You know, in that aspect. You know, with your services and stuff, plumbing and mechanics and all that kind of shit. Always support your local businesses. You should do. So
Yeah, that's right.
anyway, I'm
Can't keep the
smashed.
coin. Even
So sorry, man. I'm
Hey.
so smashed. I just fucking dribbled.
oh, you're good, bro. Just ranting. But the same thing with these flowers on the medicinal basis. I've only got this one brand, but speaking to the doctors, I want to make sure I'm getting Australian owned, Australian grown, and Australian made and shit. Like this
Yeah.
it's got two. Oh, which
Mhm.
way? This way. Two of those little kangaroos.
Pretty
Says
crappy,
Australian
boring
grown,
jar.
Australian made. Yeah, I know it's plastic, but anyway, I just want Australian owned as well because like I had a look and it's Canadian. Oh,
Can I ask,
hang on.
is there
The flower.
any odor escaping from that bottle?
Any what? What's that?
Odor, like smell, odor. You can't smell anything.
Nah, not at
No.
all.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I know that sounds like a stupid question, but I just thought I'd ask it anyway.
Nah.
Yeah, for the plastic. Good.
Yeah, that's what I just thought. You know, most of medical shit's usually good. It doesn't, it keeps all the smells in, but I just thought I knew that, you know, I just thought I'd ask.
See what the other one's like in the middle of the week or next week.
How can I ask how often can you order?
Yeah, I got I think 5 skips. As often as I like. It's as often as you can afford pretty
it.
much. But
Yeah.
they give you a
Yeah.
maximum of the two. Like I think 20 grams maximum.
In one order or across your 5 scripts?
Nah, in one order. You get 5 repeats, so like, and I think it's different for different places. See, like some places might give you, say, 1 item per script and then $50 on top. That was one place I looked at, which was like, I don't want that. Initially, I'm with a place that gives 3 items, 2 flowers. That's 3 items, so I got 2 flowers, 1 oil. But then I'm going to this next place, Medcan. Hopefully, I'm going to talk to them tomorrow. To the doctor, and speaking to the consultant, I asked him the same question. He said, no, there's no limit. We're not trying to make money off the scripts here. So hopefully I can have numerous items. But yeah, you can, and from the other place, you can fill it as much as you like. So I could say fill 2 scripts and get it posted at once. So you can do that as well.
And how often are you, like those 5 scripts, how when you run out, start again. How often do you get those 5 scripts? Is it 5 every month, 5 every fortnight?
It's up to you. It's up to you. Like they said, I've only been on for a little while, but they give you 1 month. They're going to call you back. So I think they think, because then they say on it maximum 1.5 grams a day. So what's that? That's about a week. So it'll probably be. Yeah, at the maximum they're saying hang around for a week and get another one.
Yeah. No, thanks. I've been reading up on it, but I just get confused easy because there's a lot of gibberish and bullshit.
There's a lot of that. It's very business
oriented. You read it,
Oh,
you read it away, and then all of a sudden, 10 paragraphs later, you're in somewhere else going, what the fuck? Hang on, I want to go back and read what I wanted to read, not all that crap. You know? So anyway, all right, thanks, dude. So Google, where are you today? Iraq.
Googly.
Is Iraq safe?
What?
What? Well, you know what Google's like. I asked him where he is today, and I just saw the word Iraq. I haven't read anything else.
What's going on over in Zaya's world, in Zaya's yard? What's going on there? Any
Nah, not a lot, man.
Nothing at the
Oh,
moment.
yeah, some red veggies out there. Real plants going.
Yeah.
How's your regrowth?
Yeah, they're going good, actually. Looks pretty good.
Okay.
Both
Did you put any beans in for this season? No.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Cool. Fuck, man. Yesterday, I had a huge scare because someone mowed the lawn. Went outside and I had a look. And one of the ones which is doing pretty good, kind of, obviously I'd never been taken out, but then kind of been put back down. So it's all wilted. I'm like, oh shit, I was devastated. So quickly, luckily I went and had a look. It's probably been about 15 minutes. I just like made it a bit more solid, gave it heaps of water, and I put some like splints beside it to try and get it up.
Hold it up.
And lucky it was heaps of sun last night and today. And I was like, fuck, back alive. Really happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lucky, man. Cool.
Yeah.
Nothing worse. Nothing worse.
One of
than
them,
your babies is going.
Oh, very heartbroken.
Yeah, hang
I
on.
know they're strong and shit, but one of them, the leaves, because they wilted and got dry maybe, and I wet it, I don't know, it kind of like, it didn't go yellow, but it dried, like tip.
Yeah.
And like I touched it this morning and it snapped. So, oh shit. It's not too spray, but because it's back healthy and it's moving and shit.
That's right, Ricky. Did you read Ricky's comment about our government? Someone read it and suss out. Oh, okay. Thanks, Brendan. I will. I'll write that down, man.
Oh, there's heaps of comments, bro. Shit, sorry, everybody. Jump over there, medical center. Yeah. Counter reviews. That's a good one to
Cheers.
have a look at yesterday. I'll suss it out here now again.
Thanks, Brendan. Cheers, brother. Google's asked who's jabbed. I don't get jabbed. I like doing the jabbing, but I don't like getting jabbed.
Are you a nurse, are you?
Ah.
Yeah. Sexual nurse, I wish. So, Google, do you guys have vaccinations up there on top of the mountains? Does COVID even go up there in the cold? We're not allowed to talk about COVID, especially on. I don't want to get Fairgrow in trouble.
That's right.
So
Don't
probably
want to
best
get
to change
in
the
trouble.
No,
He's
change
in
the
enough
subject.
fucking trouble in his fucking life.
Yeah, change the subject on that. No disrespect. Australia sucks. We can't talk about that. Apologies.
Is that
Is that side of talk about yourself? Fucking hell, bro.
What's this? Oh, is this the Kenner?
Kenner Kenner trick, is it or no?
Kenner reviews.
No, I'll try and get in. I was in yesterday.
Can I make this StreamYard full screen without the comments?
Yeah. This little box on the bottom of your screen that you're looking at with all this on it.
Found it.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. Sweet.
There we go. Alright, so I'm in. Right,
We'll be
so this
back
is a
in the
really
second
dope site. Oh, Wally, you should be checking this site out. Really dope. But you can, whenever you want to do it, you could.
Yeah, I will when I get time.
That's
Yep,
right.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
Just like, it's got all the different descriptions of the flowers. Wish they had pictures though, but whatever's available on the medical market here.
Oh, sorry.
1 sec, lads.
You smoking on here, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, all good?
Yeah.
I can screen out if you want. I've lost you. Sound's gone. I don't know what happened.
I'm on my know. That should be good.
Yeah, no, I can hear you now.
Hopefully you can see the thing. I can't know the thing on this computer.
Solace.
Yeah, this is the one I've currently got from AMTG.
Yep. Yep.
Shit.
Yeah,
Sativa. It's alright, but it's got all the different ones you got, and there's also, as the doctor told me, the availability of hash.
It'd be good if you could save the jars and then post it back to them and get a discount. Like if you send back 20 at a time or something.
Yeah.
Recycle.
Yeah. That's true. So they're making, Canatrex making bubble hash 255, which is 155% THC.
Wow. Really?
Tells
Cool.
you, yeah, see, and this site tells you all the different terpenes that are in it, percentages. Really great site. It's got some reviews down here.
Yep.
Tells you where it comes from. Because Canatrex, I'm from Canada. Yeah. So I want Australian stuff. Australian sun grown for sure. Australian owned, Australian made. For sure. So,
And it tells you how it's grown and all that stuff as well.
yeah, it gives a bit of a description. What do you mean by how it's grown? Yeah, actually it doesn't. It tells you the cultivator and all the other things like that. So.
Cool.
I wish I had a picture though.
What's chat saying?
Really.
What's the
That's all.
difference? Ricky's asked, what's the difference between a state and a territory? Tell you the truth, I can't. I've never really thought about that. I've forgotten.
I'll find out in a second. I think.
I forget.
Suppose let's do it. Their jurisdiction, but what is the?
Yeah, I forget, man. I know that sounds stupid being an Aussie and not knowing that. we can get to that at school, but I've just...
Yeah, I said, yeah. What are territories? Unlike a state, territories do not have legislations to create laws for themselves. So they rely on the federal government to create and approve the laws. Territories are not claimed by any state, so the Australian Parliament directly controls them. So you go to ACT and Northern Territory. All the legislation is directly federal, whereas a state has the state government as a level of legislation. How is a territory different from a state? A state is an organized political institute. Oh wait, I'll share it. Hang on.
Here goes medical cannabis. Any good?
You've said enough, I think. I think Ricky would have heard that.
No, mate. I haven't said enough. All right. You may think I've said enough, but I've plenty more to say. No. I was just going to say here, a state is an organized political institution that controls a territory under a government and forms a part of a federal republic. A state is also sometimes referred to as a country. A territory, on the other hand, is a geographical area which does not have any sovereignty and is under the control of another government. So there you go. Quick answer there.
Thanks.
No, that's what it's here for. That's what it's here for.
Yeah, true. Exactly.
But at the same time, who's to say what's the answer? Like, anyone could write some sort of shit.
Yeah. What do you think of J1's live earlier?
Yeah, it's dope, bro. He's fucking sick out.
Yeah,
I didn't see the whole thing. My phone was getting hot or something. I wigged out towards the end. I was there for a while. I don't know how long he logged in for. But how do you donate, bro? That's the other part. I was trying to find out.
I'm not sure. I think it's in the description, I think you said.
Oh, okay. True that. I'll have a look.
Or it might be on
Pretty good. Yeah, dude. Googly.
To donate to
I'd
who?
say it's pretty fucking good. To Ye1, he does some stream.
Oh, right.
So he has a weekly goal.
$100.
Yeah, it's just part of StreamYard. Googly how you can pull up the screen and share it. But pity I can't stream.
Doesn't YouTube take 30% of it?
What?
Or 3
Yeah,
or
probably.
whatever? Yeah.
No. That's if you're monetized, which is not me. You have to be at 1,000 subs and 1,000 screen hours. Then I think if you get a super chat, 30% goes to YouTube.
Yeah, I'm still trying to learn all that stuff. Sometimes it goes in my
Was you in there when Monty's was coming?
Hey.
Nah.
What do you think?
Nah, you had to say it.
I'll go back and watch it. Yeah, I'll go back to it.
The sun's out, so everyone's probably out enjoying the day.
Yeah, Wally's stuck in the house. Mate, you look after the children, mate. Doing a good job.
Like normal.
How's the next door going? If you don't mind me asking.
Hey?
The next door.
Oh, good.
That's good.
Yeah. I did a bit of defoliating this morning. Just to open up some light, get some light down in there. And one's not so good. The other one's killing it. I sent Booker photos. Of giving a look. And today's the start of week 3 of flower today.
Mm-hmm.
And I sent Hook a photo
Oh,
of
nice.
that, and on Instagram I took a photo of just a little side mug that's frosty as shit. It's on my Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, really frosty, and it's only and it's got orange hairs like heaps too. Like, and it's only the first day of week 3, so one's all right, one's killing it, like I said. The other one's okay, but still not. Like I said, I'm still not proud of them because they've been through hell. So it hasn't been a good one from start to finish.
So when you say you did the defoliating, the foliage, is it like you're taking off green leaves as well, or it's mostly dead and stuff?
No. These ones are going that well that honestly today I found about 3 or 4 brown dead leaves. That's it. Everything else is still perfectly green from top to toe. They're drinking
Nice.
like 14 litres of water every 48 to 50 hours, 54 hours. They're killing it. I spoke to Gigi because he did his deep water culture last year or the year before, and he said that they can't be going any better than what they are. It's just that they've been moved 3 times under 3 different lights. They've been shoved up in a roof when coppers were out the front. They've been dropped over a fence when the guy next door where the plants are had a domestic with his missus and the cops were out the front. So they've been dropped over the fence. These things have gone through fucking hell, and one of them's doing quite well.
That's nice.
But I don't know how to. I can't post photos and shit. I don't know. But anyway, you can check out my Insta. There's that little frosty nugget on there, and that's So it's looking good, especially the week 3. So
Are they on the order? Are they orders on the photo?
yeah, little autos. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, never done
Like to
autos
hear
in
what happens.
DWC. It was just something to play with, to keep me occupied until I move.
Yeah.
And then I realised I couldn't even do it here. So next door, he wants free weed, so he's happy to do it.
I wonder how they go back near the sand. I'm just thinking, like, I mean, obviously I know in the sand no good, but I think coastal areas, because on the islands it's got to be in the mountains. You go to the highlands and you'll find the weed. But people that are living like, because when you said when I got to move, I just had a picture in my head of like someone right on this house that's on the beach. The house there, the beach is there. You're having a fish every fucking day. But if you had plants in the beach, that wouldn't go any good, would it? Has anyone got any idea how they survive? Or
The soil around here is shit. It's all sandy, and there's no structure to it. It doesn't even. Like in storms, man, we get trees blown over all the time because the ground just doesn't hold it. It's just all sandy and,
Right.
yeah, and there's no nutrients in it. Well, not the right nutrients. I'm not an expert, but I know that the sandy soil is shit. They might be all right for natives, some sort of native plants, but even them, I think the sandier it is, the more you sort of change from different types of plants that can tolerate that and that only. And then as you move into inland, it gets dirt, like more soil based instead of sand based, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you get a lot of trees that just seem to uproot in storms because it's just all sand.
true. Coconut trees fucking dig it. They love it.
Yeah, well they're used to it.
That's what I'm thinking
They're
about.
one of those
That's so true.
plants that are adapted
Exactly.
to that
Yeah,
environment.
that's the ones that.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen any green that's come out of the beach way? Like,
No, I know that before I lived here, I actually lived on the beach where I could flick a butt off the veranda onto the sand. I could fish off my veranda, and I lived there for 9.5 years. And as with any place, you get used to the view after 6 months, and it just becomes another place. There's nothing special. It's cool living on the beach, but after a while, you just get used to it. And then you have problems with salt air. You know, like really heaps of salt in the air.
Your car's fucked. Your car doesn't like it.
And yeah, I went through in 9.5 years. I went through 4.5 exhaust systems on my cars.
Oh.
Yep, it's
Fucking hell.
rusted out. Yep, and believe it or not, me being the first house on the beach, I wasn't getting as much salt spray as the second and third house because it goes up and then it falls back down. So I sort of used to go up and over me and then fall sort of next door and up the road. But you still cop it, you know. You put your car in the garage, close the door, and you wake up next day and your car's got salt residue on the roof and that from sitting in the garage.
Well, what sort was that just a sedan? What sort of engine, size engine? Small engine sedan?
Oh,
This one. All cars would fuck up.
You lift your engine bay up and everything's salt corroded. It's fucked. You know, like living on the beach is good, but there's some downfalls too. Same with any place, I suppose.
I wonder if you had a Land Cruiser or some shit, or like a four-wheel drive, is that going to be still going to be not good if you live in that close?
Just got to be smart. Prevention's the key in so many things on this planet. You know, like we talked about pests the other day. Pests, you know, prevention, key to pests. You know, get them before they even come. Deter them before they even come. Then you won't have a problem. Once you have a problem and then you realise, oh fuck, I've got a problem. That's when you've got problems. You know.
True.
And, with your vehicle, me being I used to have four-wheel drives. I've grown up four-wheel driving, and you know, you just combat by using your maintenance, you know, and spraying your vehicle with oil and everything, grease and everything, and just general maintenance, washing it down every time you get it exposed to salt. Wash it regularly. You know, it's pretty common stuff if you know what you're doing, sort of thing.
All right, lads, I'm gonna head off to bed. Cheers, fair guy.
Have a good night at work, bro.
Good to see you go live, mate.
Come on, yeah. Peace to everybody.
Peace,
there.
man.
Cheers, Wally. Have a good one. Everyone in chat.
Man. Take care.
Cheers.
Everybody check out Zay the Aussie if you haven't on YouTube. Go and subscribe.
Yep. Sub him up. Go and subscribe. Hit that like button. So what are you doing for the day? Just cruising?
Yeah, I'll probably get off soon.
Yeah, no, I was only actually jumping up to say hello and then I was going to go. But so, yeah, I better go too. But thanks for that. And I'll get on those sites tonight and check them out when I get time. Thanks, Brent. Thanks, Brendan. Ricky, all the best over there, mate. Much thoughts. And yeah, Mother Nature does that. There's nothing we can do about her.
Yeah, actually, on that note, man, that's right. Fucking mad thoughts go out to the people who hope to do the recovery as quick.
Yep. All right. Well, peace, everybody. And remember, be kind to each other. Cheers. Thanks, Fair. See you, brother.
So on that note, fully sick, as he just said, be kind. Be kind. A lot of people are so unkind. And just keep swinging that hard road on the culture. Hope your flowers keep going good. Stay tuned. And much peace. Oh, I'll go out with a song then. I'll go out with a beat. Yeah. On Tuesday again, talking Trico on Tuesday. And yeah, I'll probably I don't think I'll have any different thing by then actually. Well, that's Thursday. I should have not too bad. So we'll talk about that. Just thinking, going on the track here. What this guy do? Yeah, this couple of come over here. Alright. Chillin' masterpiece. This is another beat I made. We'll do the outro. A few I might play a couple. Go again.